I have a lot of friends who've been posting all kinds of conspiracy theories about coronavirus and who started it, and Bill Gates is using it to cull the population, all that kind of stuff. I want to show you some information that shows how these people can lie to you by not giving you all the information. It's called lie by omission, and before you just get angry and downvote and run away, just give me a chance. I'm going to give you some information. I'm going to show you with one of these very popular videos that in just a day has gotten 1 million views. It's exploded since it was posted yesterday. And I'm going to show you how he lies to you without even technically lying. So I'm going to show you a clip. This is from Dr. Rashid Buttar. Now, he posts a lot of things about, cancer treatments without normal cancer treatments, and he gets in a lot of trouble for these sorts of things. And he's been reprimanded by the American Medical Association many times. Although if you're a conspiracy theory person, you might think that that's a badge of honor. Most people don't. But just take a look at this clip, and I'm going to ask you to see if you can point out what he's not telling you. Here's the clip.
And I remember my wife telling me, there's actually a patent on the coronavirus. And I'm like, nah. I'm like, that figures, because the drug companies, I wouldn't put it past them. But then I looked a little further, and there is a patent on it. It's patent US 200-625-7852, a US patent on the coronavirus. And it's called Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome, coronavirus. And that was applied for in 2006. By a company called Chiron. And so this company, Chiron, applied for it and was granted this patent on this virus, which was then bought by GlaxoSmithKline, one of the 10 largest pharmaceutical companies in the world who happens to specialize in vaccines. So now I'm looking into maybe there's a coronavirus vaccine. There's a European patent on a coronavirus vaccine. European patent EP 317231-9B1. That was applied for in 2014, and what do you know? It was just granted in November of 2019. What perfect timing! All of a sudden they're going to say, here comes the savior with the vaccine, and they're going to swoop in, and then in order for your kids to be able to go back to school, they're going to have to get this coronavirus vaccine that they just all of a sudden came up with 6 years ago.
That takes us to the patents. This is all the papers on coronavirus that have been published since 1968. So how is it possible that with all this research done, there could be actually a patent? And that's actually what the previous doctor had talked about, the coronavirus patents. Okay, so here's a patent for severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus, and this is a US patent that he talked about that was then ended up being sold to GlaxoSmithKline.
So in that clip, you'll notice that he talks about severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus from 2006. Now, yeah, the patent really exists. It's really there, and that's how he's lying to you with the truth, because he's not saying the more common name that you might have actually known of and recognized if he had said it. Do you know what it is? It's called SARS. Severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus is better known as SARS. It was first discovered in 2003, so of course by 2006 they had patented a lot of information and treatments on that particular coronavirus. But what he's doing here is he's just saying there's a patent on coronavirus, and it was patented in 2006 and then renewed in 2019, and then boom, 2020 we get hit with, COVID-19, coronavirus, and there's proof. There's proof. There it is. But he's lying to you because he didn't tell you it was a completely different coronavirus. It's just in the same category that is coronavirus. That's a broad term. That's why COVID-19 is its more specific name. Just like MERS is a different coronavirus. Most people probably haven't even heard of MERS. MERS is Middle East Respiratory Syndrome related coronavirus. That is a completely different coronavirus. So SARS MERS, and COVID-19 are 3 different coronaviruses, and what he's done is he's shown you one patent on one of them about the treatment and information about that, and he's used it to make you believe that this is a patent on a virus, and that when it's released, now they have all these vaccines ready and things like that. They don't have vaccines ready. We were not prepared for this. And if you look at what these people were saying, like Bill Gates, he was talking about our lack of preparedness before. He was trying to get the US to get prepared. So here's a person who's trying to help America, saying get prepared, and people are like, hey, look, he had a patent because he was helping people with SARS way back when, but they're using it as proof that he's the owner of coronavirus, and now he's, you know, trying to kill all these people in order to gain government control and all this stuff. It's all a bunch of crap, because what they're doing is they're just keeping information from you. They're not quite giving you all of it. And for other people that are posting like these longer documentaries, Plandemic and all this other bullcrap, you have to watch it and already have the information to debunk the lies. Otherwise, you're just going to be absorbing so much information. It's going to be what's called a Gish-Gallop argument. A Gish-Gallop argument is when there's so much information, there's so many different arguments that you can't just pick apart each individual one, otherwise you're going to be overwhelmed. That's why on this video right now, I'm picking one specific thing that he didn't give you all the information, and I can say, here's this is a lie, he's made you believe it in this way. And what I can't do, and what no one has really the time or energy to do, is to take a 30-minute documentary and take out and add every piece of information that you would need to understand the lies, and then just give that to you. It's a ton of work, a ton of effort, and for a lot of people, they just shut their brain off anyway. As soon as they start hearing, oh, you disagree with me? Shut off. My goal with this video is just to give you some information to show you. If you're on the fence and you're just trying to figure this out, this video is for you, and I hope that you can see that if you have the information, it's really not this big conspiracy. It's really just a lack of preparedness. I almost wish it was a conspiracy, because that would show that people are able to work together in some way. But really, it's just a story of incompetence. It's just a story of people not being able to work together, not being able to look to the future. Because what the conspiracy actually implies that people are thinking ahead, forward-looking, in order to gain control. But what's really happening is people are only focused on the now. So these people who are all these politicians, whether it's Bush, Obama, Clinton, Trump, they're all just focused on what's popular now, what's popular today. And they're not focused on, you know what? In the next 5 to 10 years, they're predicting another coronavirus. Lots of books, lots of experts said that there could be some sort of respiratory virus, and that's what we're really susceptible to. But no one wanted to make the steps to be really fully prepared. And I know a lot of people argue, hey, well, Obama had a pandemic team, he had guys on the ground in China, all that stuff. He did have some of those things, but we still weren't prepared. Even at that level, we still were not prepared to the level that we really needed to be. And so really, there's just a whole blanket of problems that have led to this. It's not some coordinated effort, it's a lack of coordinated efforts to prevent this kind of thing. So I'm sure I'm going to get some hate in the comments. Last time I posted something like this, I got called Hitler. I look forward to that again. Just go ahead and comment whatever you feel, because I welcome all of it. Hope to see you guys in the next video.